Right now, we will take a look at your New Year's Eve forecast coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, not too far away. It is going to be cold across the GTA. Speaking of cold, many are probably feeling quite frigid if you're returning home to find your home still without power. Tens of thousands across eastern Canada remain in the dark. In Toronto, roughly 55,000 Hydro One customers do not have power still. I want to remind you that if you do have neighbors and maybe they don't have a family to go to or friends to stay with, it would be a good idea to check on them and make sure that they are doing okay. Taking a look at your New Year's Eve forecast, I want to zone in on southern Ontario. For us in the GTA, we have some light flurries in your forecast, not too much active weather to worry about, but it is going to feel cool. For this evening, we are still seeing that snow from that system that pushed through. Then the lake effect, that's going to start to kick up. So for areas around the Niagara region, also just along the shores of Georgian Bay and Lake Huron, we are expecting to see higher amounts of snowfall there. Overnight into Saturday, we are tracking some active weather in northern Ontario. That will be a Friday story. We could see that push further to the south as we head closer to the weekend with some light snowfall. Temperatures for this evening are going to feel closer to -10, -11 in Toronto. Are you a Boxing Day shopper? If you were up early, I'm sure you had those layers on trying to stay warm with some of those lineups. They're so long, but you can find some really good deals. I have to admit that. Let's take a look at the radar. Here's what we are dealing with. That system has pushed east. Still some light snowfall in our forecast. Not the best driving conditions. Very slushy roads out there across the GTA, even on the major routes, so do take care. Give yourself some extra time. We are going to see that lake effect set up, starting to see some bands right now. That's going to be the story as we head throughout the day and into your Friday morning. 5 to 10 for Perry Sound, Niagara Falls, 5 to 10 centimeters there. We will take a look at your forecast more in detail coming up, but right now the science behind the weather.
Cleaner.
Are you one of the early morning risers trying to get the best deals on this Boxing Day? Here's a shot from Kitchener, some coming out with their new gifts or new toys, I guess we could say. A lot of fun if you are into the shopping. However, not everybody is. I myself would prefer just to stay in, so I don't mind working today. I want to take a look at your forecast for New Year's Eve because, of course, everybody's looking forward to that. What will it hold? Mild conditions are expected in southern parts of Alberta. We are looking at some active weather throughout BC. We have seen that, especially throughout this holiday season. Frigid conditions across the prairies and into northwestern Ontario. Are you one of the Boxing Day shoppers waiting in long lineups to get the best deals? Sometimes it is worth it, I have to admit. In Waterloo, a great shot today. People are quite cool. We did have those wind chills, still dealing with them, especially for this evening, and the snow, making for really poor driving conditions out there. Very slushy, especially even on the major routes, so take care out on the roads. This evening, we are going to see that lake effect. Looking at the winds, if you're heading further north of the city, just off of Georgian Bay, Lake Huron, you can expect to see more snow, but also for the Niagara region, we are going to see some snow coming off of Lake Erie. So more there. Taking a look at what we can expect temperature-wise, it is going to feel cool with the wind chills closer to -11 in Toronto for this evening, -13. That's what it will feel like in Barrie. In terms of the snowfall, how much more are we looking at? 2 to 5 centimeters for most. That includes us in the GTA. But further to the south, Niagara region, 5 to 10, Perry Sound, up to 10 centimeters as well. 'Tis the season to get. Still, hydro crews are working very hard, and thank you so much for doing so. Tens of thousands woke up on Christmas morning without power, and it's not only hitting us in Ontario, but right across eastern Canada. So, will the ice storm of 2013 make the top 10 weather stories of the year? Well, watch tonight to find out. The top 10 of 2013, that will air at 7 p.m. Eastern exclusively here on the Weather Network. Let's take a look at your next 7 days. It is going to stay cool as we head throughout your Friday. Rather seasonal. It's just feeling cooler when we factor in the wind chill. We will see some sunshine Friday into Saturday, and even for Sunday, temperatures are expected to warm up a bit. 3 degrees for your Saturday and Sunday, but then cool back down come Monday. Take a look at temperatures for next week as we head closer to your New Year's Eve. Tuesday feeling closer to -16, and Wednesday feeling into, well, closer to -12. Just coming up. My name's Michelle Nelson. Thanks for joining us on this Boxing Day. Maybe you were up very early this morning in those long lineups waiting to get inside and get those deals. And if you were, well, I hope you found some. Let's take a look at that forecast as we head towards your New Year's Eve on this next Tuesday coming up. If you're in Ontario, we do have some light flurries in your forecast, but cold conditions across eastern Canada. It is going to feel cool, and we could still be dealing with some active weather throughout parts of Labrador and for Newfoundland. We were talking about Boxing Day just a moment ago, and here's what some of those lineups looked like. I love seeing this. Everybody's so bundled up because we have the snow and very slushy conditions out on the roads. If you are out there driving today, take care. If you're in Ontario and into the Maritimes, slushy conditions are expected. Through your Friday, what we're looking at is 5 to 10 centimeters of snow for some. That's with that lake enhancement for Parry Sound, the Niagara region as well. For everyone else, we're looking at a general 2 to 5 centimeters. That's going to continue for Quebec as well. We are looking at some light snowfall in your forecast, so snow-covered roads will be an issue. In the Maritimes, the system has pushed in. It will continue to ramp up throughout the evening and overnight. 10 to 20 centimeters for Newfoundland. Calm today, but tomorrow through the overnight tonight, winds are going to pick up. This system will start to be a problem for you pre-dawn Friday, but throughout the day we could see 10 to 20 centimeters for some of you. This was sent to us from there near the Peterborough area where we did see snow and not the best driving conditions. Slushy in southern Ontario today, so for Boxing Day shoppers who are heading out early to get that deal and maybe driving quite fast, well, there were some accidents. I saw a number of them on my way to work. I want to talk about the power outages that we are still dealing with. Now, this was shot. There are roughly 55,000 customers still without power. I want to take a look at some of those power outages, what areas are affected, a wider shot of Ontario just showing how many people are dealing with the darkness, and then a closer shot of the GTA. Now, where we see the purple there, that's roughly 500,000 affected customers. And pets are welcome at the warming centers as well. So if you are looking for water, food, and a warm place to sleep, you can check that out. Toronto Hydro has posted this as well. If you have power, please leave your front porch light on. The lights will help crews identify who has power and who doesn't more quickly. A shot here of some of the ice that is still on the lines. This was shot. Hydro One posted this on Twitter. You can just see the ice is still on there. We have seen those sunnier conditions push in. You needed those sunglasses if you were out today. In Newfoundland, you are seeing the sunshine as well. A nice break from the active weather, but it won't be long. We do have another system that is pushing in through the overnight tonight, and we have a snowfall warning. More on that is coming up.